Welcome to the Filmic channel. With the release of Filmic Pro 6.18 on both iOS and Android, we now offer full support for the DJI OM5 gimbal, giving you complete control via 4 shooting modes from the gimbal hardware for the best possible cinematic capture experience on mobile. To pair Filmic Pro with your OM5, turn on Bluetooth on your smartphone and power on your gimbal. Launch Filmic Pro and open Settings, Hardware, and enable DJI Osmo Mobile. Then tap to connect to your device. You'll get confirmation of a successful pairing in the HUD and see the mode selector flash center screen. Once paired with the OM5, you now get access to 4 shooting modes that can be cycled through using the side mode trigger, and your recordings can be stopped and started using the record button. Mode 1 is pan tilt mode. In this mode, the joystick controls the pan and tilt of the gimbal for smooth cinematic moves. To reset your gimbal to its center position, double tap the rear trigger. Press down on the side trigger to enter mode 2, reticle mode. In reticle mode, a left press of the joystick will lock and unlock the exposure reticle, and a right press will lock and unlock the focus reticle. And in mode 2, you can press and hold up and down on the joystick to zoom in and out. And if you want to learn how to adjust the speed of your zooms, make sure you watch until the end of this video. Pressing down on the side mode trigger again will enter mode 3, auto mode. In mode 3, you get access to Filmic Pro's full-frame, center-weighted focus and exposure reticles, which provide the best automatic experience and can be ideal for vlogging. It functions just like mode 2. Left press on the joystick to lock and unlock your exposure, right press to lock and unlock your focus, and use the up and down to zoom in and out. And with a final down press of the side mode trigger, we enter mode 4, manual mode. This reveals Filmic Pro's manual exposure and focus arc. Hold left or right on the joystick to manually adjust your exposure, and up and down to adjust your focus. This makes achieving focus pulls an absolute breeze. So those are our 4 modes. Pressing down again on the side mode trigger will take us back into pan tilt mode, but you can also press up on the side mode trigger to move backwards through your modes too, making it easy to go from mode 1 back to mode 4 with a single press. Now that we've covered the core functionality of the DJI OM5 with Filmic Pro, let's dive into some tips and tricks that will help you make the most of this fantastic gimbal. First, let's look at the remaining hardware controls, starting with the rear trigger. We already showed you that a double press will recenter the gimbal, but if you tap and hold the rear trigger, it will engage lock mode. In lock mode, it will ignore gimbal movements, making it perfect for tracking shots. Just release the trigger to exit. You can quickly switch between landscape and portrait by double pressing the switch button, which is located beneath the record button. Filmic Pro gives you complete control over how fast or slow your manual adjustments and zoom are when controlled from the OM5 hardware. To set your hardware responsiveness speed, enter mode 4 to reveal the manual arcs. Then swipe in from the edges to reveal the variable speed slider. One on the right for your focus and zoom speed, and on the left arc for exposure responsiveness. The default speed is 5, but you can drag the speed slider up or down to increase or decrease the responsiveness speed of the hardware controls. For example, this is a zoom with a responsiveness speed of 1 versus a responsiveness speed of 10. This applies to focus too. Here's a manual focus adjustment with the gimbal at a speed of 1 versus speed of 5. Experiment to find your ideal responsiveness speed. While you can't adjust the speed of your OM5 pan and tilt in Filmic Pro like you can with manual focus, exposure and zoom, you can adjust this in the DJI Mimo app and have these settings preserved in Filmic Pro. Just open the DJI Mimo app and connect to your OM5. Then tap the 3 dots in the lower left of the screen to access settings. Then tap the gimbal icon. Here you'll find the control stick speed setting and can choose slow, medium or fast. Whatever you select here will be preserved in the gimbal's firmware and apply in Filmic Pro. We hope you enjoy our integration with the DJI OM5 and found this tutorial helpful. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and remember to leave a review for Filmic Pro on the App Store. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section below. Thanks for watching.